That's right. Always, always. How you guys doing on this Monday? Some of you look a little sleepy. We got this. We're gonna wake you right up. Let's go ahead and press play if you want to listen to music with us. It's EPH 8-Week Body Burn. Starts with Good as Hell by Lizzo. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I said you'll need your mat, but let's put it aside for this moment. We want that hardwood floor for our gliders, even though we'll start with a little bit of upper body stuff. Finding our nice comfortable stance, feet about hips distance apart. Alright, little softness in the knees. Start to inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down your side body. Just get some movement in that body this morning. Wake us up. Good. 3 more. Guys, I just did a killer bar method training all weekend, so my body's exhausted, but I am here for it. Last one. And bring those arms down. Good. Start with our neck rolls. That should have jolted a little energy into us. Inhaling your chin down towards our chest and over to one side. Exhaling back and around, giving that neck some love. All right, so this week our principle is center. And in the Pilates world, center means our powerhouse, right? So everything from our rib cage to our pelvis, everything in between is considered our center. Everything starts and stops in our center. It is the beginning and end for Pilates. Go ahead and reverse direction. So what we're going to focus on today is making sure we're stable and square in the pelvis, activated through our deepest transverse abs and back body abs, essentially, back body muscles that help to stabilize the spine so that we can gain full range of motion in the rest of our body. So while we're here doing these neck rolls, do you feel the weight of your body distributed across the foot, maybe a little bit more in the heel? Do you feel your hips, or rather your pelvis? I cue hips, but really what that means is your pelvis, right? Are they over your heels? Is your rib cage over your hips and pelvis? What do you need to do to keep it there? Go ahead and lift your head up after that rotation. That was a lot of neck rolls, but it felt so good. Let's inhale, one arm up and over, really flexing in the rib cage, creating space on one side, keeping that pelvis facing forward. Exhale, release. Other side, inhale, up and reach. Your hips do not turn with you. They keep facing forward. You're grounded into both feet. Good. Exhale, down. We focus on this because it's so important for alignment, right? Everything in the center, in the powerhouse, really helps with posture and alignment and stabilization of the spine, which allows us to do other functional stuff like walking. Both arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, elbows out wide. Yeah, nice chest opener here. One more, inhale, hands up. Exhale. Elbows out wide. Good. This time, hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's roll it down, starting with your head, neck, upper back, mid back, and then low back, bringing your hands down to the ground. Inhale. Roll it all the way up, stacking each vertebrae on top of the other. Why do we do this? To mobilize the spine. Arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, dive it on down as if you're going over a beach ball. Send that belly button back towards your spine. Inhale, lift it up. Roll it up without sinking your butt back. Good. Here we go. Give me a shoulder roll or two. Give me an arm circle or two. And let's go ahead and grab those hand weights, shall we? So again, I'm sticking to 1 kilo. You guys choose your poison, nothing heavier than 3 kilos, which would be what, 6 pounds? Let's start just in a neutral standing position. So your feet are about hips distance apart, which really should be about a fist in between the knuckles of your big toe, okay? Depending on your body structure, but that's usually about the actual width if your feet are gonna be underneath your hips. Roll your shoulders down and back along the back body. Let's center ourselves, feel your weight across the foot, really feel your heels into the heels of the toe pads into the ground, and think about the weight across the foot. So are you Are you tending to turn inward? Are you tending to turn outward? If so, correct yourself and try to feel weight across the entirety of the foot. Inhale and exhale. Start to wrap those abs around that spine. Get us a nice strong posture. Arms are down, shoulders are back, collarbone is open. You're going to inhale as you lift your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, draw them down. Good. Inhale, 1, 2, exhale, 1 for 2. Let's just wake these arms up here. Nice slow movement. Notice what your torso wants to do as you lift arms up in front of you while we're in this narrow stance. Is your torso wanting to move? Everything's a little bit of core, right? You have to activate through our center, through our powerhouse to keep everything stable. Softness in the knees, never lock them out. Maybe a slight squeeze in the glute. Here we go. Let's pick it up here for 1 and 1. Strong arms, intentional lift, intentional lower. We're rotating at the shoulder, right? We're not coming forward and out of it. Our shoulder blades are not separating or closing together. We're just lifting and lowering. Yes, here we go. For 4, 3, 2, good. Last one, bring those arms down. Rotate through the shoulders so that your palms are now facing your body. We're gonna lift out to the side for 2 and down for 2. Out for 2, down for 2. Now, as we're doing this and we open those arms out wide, does your rib cage have a tendency to open up? Does it want to like totally pop open? Don't let it. Keep everything engaged. Here we are, last time for out and 2, down 2. Let's pick it up. 1 and 1. Yes. Good. Find your tempo. You guys got this. Awesome. Feel those muscles working. Holy moly. Almost there. You guys look great. For 4, 3, we're going to put them together. 2, 1, hands down. Rotate through the shoulder, palms face away from you. Lift forward for 2, down for 2. Rotate palms out for 2, down for 2. Here we go. Front for 2, down for 2. What's your torso want to do? It wants to move. Don't let it. Good. We're going to pick it up after this. So out for 2, down for 2. Let's pick it up. 1, 1. Control. Don't swing the arms. Good. Here we go. Yes! Dina, you got this, my love. Let's do it. Nice Lauren, nice Tonya. For 4, 3. Check your weight in your feet. 2. Check your activation in your core. Bring your arms down. Roll it out. Hi! We're awake now, aren't we? Here we go. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a coordination challenge here real quick before we move on. So one palm is facing the body, the other palm is facing the hip. I have to look down at that for a second. We're going to bring one arm up front, one arm out to the side without rotating in your hips. Okay? Bring it down. Switch. Other arm out front, other arm out to the side. Bring it down. Go slowly. And notice what wants to happen in your torso and your pelvis. Does it want to rotate? Mine does, because it's 8:40 in the morning here. And I woke up like 30 minutes ago. It wants to rotate. Don't let it rotate. Here we go. For 4. It's even earlier for you guys. Some of you. Ooh, don't let that arm pull it over to the side. One more each side. Bring it down. Okay. That was actually kind of harder than it looks, right? Doesn't your torso want to go all over the place with that? Shake it out, shake it out. Roll those shoulders out. Let's find our nice second position. So your feet, if you're in turnout, if we come into first position and you think about having a fist between the knuckles of your toes and your turnout, right? Keeping that shape, just step out to the side. That's it. Let me hop over so I'm centered. Good. And then just come into your second position. You can feel free to widen it if you want, depending on what's comfortable for you. Most important thing is that we're not arching through the spine. We have a nice neutral spine. Our knees are pointing away from us, okay? But they're tracking over the middle of the foot. So you should be feeling it here in your quads, a little bit in your glutes. And then we lift up nice and tall through the core and we have a really nice strong stance, yeah? Bring your arms to your side body. Fingers are facing one another, palms are facing one another. You're going to inhale as you rotate over to one side, keeping your pelvis facing forward. Exhale, draw that elbow back, same side. Inhale, rotate, exhale, drop back. So now we're getting a little bit of space in the back body, a little bit of space in that rib cage as we're stabilizing through the pelvis, okay? So, depending on your hip mobility, depending on your knees, all that stuff, feel free to come as low or as high as you need in that second position. You don't necessarily need to go super deep, all right? Just listen to your body, figure out what your range of motion is. But try to stabilize in that pelvis, in those hips, so they continue to face forward as we rotate to the side. 3 more. Hi, Mom. Here we go. 2, 1. Let's go straight into the other side. So we're getting a little bit of biceps here, but we're also just getting that rotation. Really waking up some of those intercostal muscles in the ribs. Whew. Creating space for those lats. Keep thinking about pushing back against those knees. Bring it into the glutes. Oh my God, guys, so much glute work in my bar training this weekend. My butt's so tired. Here we go. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Other side, we come out. This time we're going to lift that arm up, slightly rotate out and around to bring it back, okay? So kind of like up and around the world. Other side, reach, bring it up and around and back. Good. So I really want you to think about extension in that arm, mobility in that shoulder girdle. Our torso comes facing straight as we bring that arm up and around. So kind of like a modified snow angel. Did you notice that we are warming up the lower body before we get into it? Here we go. Good. 1 more each side. And then bring it together and let's come out of that position for a second. Shake off your legs if you were in that deep second position squat. Yeah, that's a killer. Let's go ahead and find a single leg lunge now. So when we're in our single leg lunge, back heel can come off the ground. Front knee is bent. We're hinging forward at the hip, so there's a nice long line from our head out our tail, okay? When we bend into that knee, you want to think about that knee being over the heel, so it's not a super deep bend in that front leg, all right? Which means you might need to take a step back a little bit if you want a longer range of motion or a little bit closer, depending on what your stance is. Your elbows are going to come by your sides, palms face one another. Inhale, extend those arms back, tricep press, exhale, return. So as we're here, send that front hip back slightly, that back hip forward to help you square your pelvis. Draw your abs up and in. You will feel this in that front standing leg. Here we go, here we go. Yes. 2, 1, 8 more. Shoulders down away from the ears. No crunchiness in the neck. You've got it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward with that back foot, back with that front foot. Find your stance. Arms are extended behind you. Hips are square. Lift up and lower. Higher than the hip, lower. Almost there. Check your form out in your cameras. Good. Keep going. 4. Good. 3. Shoulders down away from the ears, Bob. Last one. 8 more. Here we go for 8. Yep. Back and lift and lower. Here we are. You got it, Mom. Yes, Rush. For 2 and 1. Bring it all the way up. Roll it out. Ooh, it's getting a little warm in here. Go ahead, grab a sip of water, place those weights down, and then find your gliders or hand towels, whatever works for you. I'll start with the hand towel just to demo easy access. You'll need your chair, possibly the back of the chair, or something, if you have something a little higher, a higher chair, or a countertop, that might work a little bit better. I say chair just because it's super common and easy to find, but anything that's the height of like a countertop, like one of those high like bar stops would be good. Anyway, we're gonna put the glider, or whatever you're using to glide, underneath your right foot. You're gonna bring your heels together, okay? Just first start in parallel, feet totally together, and then just open up to your first position. If this doesn't feel good when we're in first position, you can do everything in parallel, all right? So you figure out what works for you. Chair is available to you should you need it for balance. The chair is furthest away from the foot with the gliding thing. Okay? So let's just warm up a little bit, coming into our plie and up. Here we go. Good. Now, as we plie, again, you want to think about your knee tracking over the middle of your foot between your first and third toe. If this feels like it's just not good on the knees, don't go too far or come into a parallel stance and sink your butt back, okay? So you figure out what works for you. For 4, squeeze those glutes on the way up. Zip up through those inner thighs. Last one, come on up. This time, come into a slight bend. Put your weight into that standing leg, okay? Hands should be on your hips to start. Why? Because I want us to pay attention to what's happening there. Lift up the heel of the foot underneath the glider. Send it forward and back. Straight forward and back. Yes. So your standing leg is working. Your hips do not move. Except to have that leg extend and return. Whoa. Core's got to be on, right? It's got to be on. You can always lift up out of that knee a little bit if you need on that standing leg. You figure out what you need in your body. For 4. Gonna go out to the side in 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, out to the side. Yeah, straight out to the side. Feel that side butt action. Here we go. Gluteus medius saying hello. So if you want, you can put one hand, the hand on the same side as that working leg, on the glute and feel the muscle activate. Here we go. Ooh. Mine I don't think ever shut off this weekend. Rib cage is still drawn in, abs are still drawn up. 2 more. 2. Good. Last one. Bring it in, send it back. Send straight back and up. Yes. are still square, but now we're getting into that big glute muscle, right? Not the side butt, the big butt. Here we go. Notice what's happening with the weight on the standing leg. Where are you distributing it? What's happening with that foot? For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, send it forward. Send to the side. Good, send it back. Send to the side. Yeah, send it forward. One more time like this. To the side. Oh, standing legs burning. Back. Side. Front, keep it out front. Okay, hold here. Slide it back to the side and to the back. Draw it in. Push it back out behind you. Glide it around to the front. Draw it in. Oh my gosh. Last time, out front. Glide it out and around. Draw it in. Send it back. Out and around. Bring it front. Bring it in. Come on up. Shake out that standing leg. Holy moly. Holy moly. You know, that's the fun thing about bar, is that usually it's your standing leg that's like getting super tired. Go ahead and move that glider, put it underneath the other foot. Come into your first position, or if you prefer it parallel, you can do all of this in parallel, right? All of it. So you figure out what works for you. The chair is there just for support. Feel free to move it to the other side if you were using it. If not, hands on your hips. Find your stance that works for you. Slight bend in those knees. All right. Shift your weight to that standing leg. Let's bring it out front with that glider and in. Now you might find that keeping your hips and pelvis stable is harder on one side than the other. For me, for some reason, this is way harder. I mean, I know why. I'm right side dominant, so anything that requires my left leg or my left side body to stabilize, forget it. It's so much harder, it requires so much work for me. Just sending forward and back. Good. Here we go. For 4, 3. Abs are still in. Rib cage is still over those hips. Last one. Bring it in, out to the side. Good. Are you guys feeling that side butt activate and that moving leg? Take a hand off the hip and give me a thumbs up if you are, or maybe a thumbs down if you're not. Good. Here we go, 4 more. Last one, keep breathing. Behind, send it back. Here we go. Ooh, it's hard for me to send this foot back and keep weight distributed across my standing leg foot, right? So pay attention to what's happening. Oh my God, this is so hard. Okay. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it forward and in, out to the side, in, out, back, in, quad on fire. That standing leg. Here we go. Torso is nice and upright. Keep going around. Good. Here we go. Now bring it out front, hold it there. Slide it out to the side and around back. Draw it in. Shoot that foot back. Slide it out to the side and forward. Draw it in. One more time, out front and around. Oh, bring it in. And back, out to the side and front, draw it in, stand on up. Woo! Woo! Okay, my quads are on, Let's finish up with some really fun lunging. So, we're gonna come into parallel now, we're facing our chair. This time we may use it. We're gonna come into a squat. And this kind of squat that we're going to do, we're going to send our butt back and hinge at the hip, okay? So that our knees or our shin bones don't come forward, all right? So Straighten those legs, just hinge forward, but lift up through the chest. Draw those abs up and in. Squeeze through those glutes, grab onto that chair. All right, find your, like an arm's distance away. Ground into that standing leg, gliders under the other foot. Send that foot back and in. Yes. Here we go. Woo! So we have that nice long line from our head to our tail. But because we're keeping those knees back, we're not moving that standing leg, you should be feeling it in the hamstring of that standing leg. Yeah? So behind the thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, drop that foot down, switch the glider under the other foot, keeping that position. Go ahead, send it back and in. Abs are still drawn in, rib cage is still knitted together. If you want, you can bring your hands, extra balance challenge, back by your hips. Here we go. Oh, I'm so tired. Here we go for 4, 3, 2. Good. Last one. Bring it in and come on up. Shake it out, shake it out. I'm sorry, that's 30 minutes. So we've got to cool it down. I know, I really wanted to do much more, but I'm just going to save it for next week. Go ahead and hold on to that chair countertop, walk your feet back, and get a nice long stretch. Breathing into the side and back lungs, letting your sits bones relax behind you. On your next inhale, start to tuck your tail under and slowly roll all the way up, walking closer towards the chair until your head comes up last. Good. Step back with one foot, keep the other foot forward. My right foot is forward, my left foot is back. Both heels are down. Bend into that front knee, tuck your tail under. Nice little hip flexor stretch here. Reach up and over. So we should be feeling a nice stretch in the back of that back leg, and then also in the hip, in the front part of that back leg. Come on up out of that stretch. Straighten that front leg now. Hinge forward with a straight spine, and then let your hands lie either on the ground, on the chair, on your thigh or shin, whatever's available to you. Get a nice stretch in the back of that front leg. Send that front hip back, that back hip forward so that you're squaring your pelvis as you get this beautiful stretch. Gently bend into that front knee. If you have a chair in front of you, inhale as you walk yourself up, or if you don't, just walk yourself up or lift yourself up on your inhale. Bring your back foot forward, your right foot is back, your front foot is back, square your hips, both heels are down. Knee again is in line with that ankle and the front foot. Tuck your tail. Inhale as you lift your inside arm up and over. Flexing at the rib cage, not rotating through it. Good. Come on out of that stretch. Straighten that front leg. Inhale, exhale as you hinge forward with a straight back, and then either walk yourself down or plant your hands wherever is available to you. Sending that front hip back, that back hip forward, squaring that pelvis. Gently bend into that front knee. Inhale as you lift yourself up, driving through the heel of that front foot to a nice standing position. Let's go ahead and have that chair on one side, cross your ankle over opposite thigh. Oh, sit back. Glute stretch. Yeah. If you want to deepen it, you can try to bring your hands down to the ground. We're definitely at 30 minutes, so if anyone needs to hop off, go for it. I'm just going to finish up this nice glute stretch, and maybe a neck roll, and then I'm going to call it a day. Go ahead, lift up. Uncross that leg, cross the other one. Oh, and sit back. Really thinking about sitting the bum back again so the knee doesn't come too far forward. Good, go ahead, lift on up. Let's do one big inhale, side bend over to one side. Oh, exhale, come on up, other side. Inhale, stretch. Bring it down, both arms, inhale. Exhale, open up that chest. Inhale those arms up, bring them down through heart center. Take a neck roll in one direction. And a neck roll in the other direction. And we're all set. Woo!